You may be wondering what has happened to us. Well, it's been a long, I guess probably at least 4 weeks since we've posted. First thing is that we went on vacation. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you a little bit of us going on vacation.
This is going to be a little weird. We are leaving the homestead for 2 weeks, going on a vacation to a family reunion back in Colorado, which we look forward to every year. It was canceled last year. And so we have been to this family reunion probably every year since we were married. And it's in the town of Beulah, where we used to own a cabin and recently sold it. But we are packing up the Durango. We've never traveled in a small vehicle before. We've always had a big old fat homeschool bus. And we're loading it up. We got a car topper, which is going to make a difference as far as just getting all of our stuff in. I mean, it's 6 of us and all our stuff, so that's a bit of a challenge. But we're excited. We're up at 5 o'clock this morning, getting everything packed and ready to hit the road.
Okay, now I can put the rest to look like.
What are you guys doing?
This is the cobalt one.
Getting the car packed up.
Are you going to take shoes on this adventure?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
You better.
You need shoes.
Yeah,
But
I do.
go.
Everything's in. All right, now hand it to me.
Mike, are you going to ride up there? It'd save us a lot of space. That was a close one. We almost went on a road trip without the greatest showman.
First we drove to my parents' house in Wyoming. We did a few projects for them while we were there. Our oldest son and his wife came up and visited, and we celebrated with them their 2nd anniversary. That was really fun. We also got to visit with some friends who used to be our neighbors, but they also moved, so they were kind of close to my parents, and spent a day with the kids playing in a botanical gardens and at the park. Oh, here's a funny story Brendan has from the park day.
While everyone else is playing at the park, I rented myself a scooter. Like $1 an hour or something? Wow, how can you say no to that? No exercise involved, high risk. Sounds about my speed. For reasons I do not understand, that scooter stopped. So now I have to remember how to get back, and I'm about half a mile from where I started. It'll be a pretty walk. Ask me where my scooter is.
Where's your scooter?
You know where the other side of the lake is?
Yeah.
That's what it's good.
You left it over there and
It
walked
stopped.
back? Oh, you ran out of batteries?
No, there was no indication. It just like,
You ran out of batteries.
something. I don't know. It's about a half a mile from here.
But we ended up going down into Colorado ultimately for my family reunion. And that was just amazing and so fun. And just got to see relatives from across the country, everywhere from North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, Portland, us from Idaho, and then, of course, Colorado, and so many places in between. So that was really fun.
Oh, 5! Look at me. We're gonna do.
And so then the day we were leaving to start our trek home, we were actually supposed to visit one more friend on our way home. And Rachel started throwing up. So we decided to cut it short and just head home. We got home. Nobody else got sick, which was great. A couple days after we got home, Micah got sick and thrown up. So I thought, okay, well, maybe it just takes a couple extra days to get it. So I figured we'd all end up with it. So one thing I didn't mention that I'm going to go ahead and throw in here is that during those first few days home and the kids were sick, everyone else was still working hard. And so we got a few projects done, which I'll insert here.
Good day so far? No, why?
Got stung by a wasp last night.
Are you by any chance allergic to wasps?
Yes. Not the I can't breathe allergic, but like swells up like a balloon allergic.
And was it in a personal place?
A little bit. It's on my stomach. Apparently crawled up my dress. Last time, about a week before we went on vacation, it was on my behind. So I'm thinking we need to figure out where the wasps' nests are and get rid of them. Man got stung on her finger. So
It's 3 stings in 3 weeks.
it's kind of frustrating. But also I'm in a lot of pain.
Still gotta do the laundry today, huh?
Yep. Just got back from vacation and there was laundry left when I left, so I'm doing that, and then tomorrow I'll tackle vacation laundry.
You happy to be back?
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I was glad to see friends and family and all that. I wish it was cooler here. It's much cooler in Colorado than it is here.
Task number 1 upon returning to the homestead for me has been to replace a goat gate. One of the first things we did when we got here was made an enclosure for goats and got goats, and we built a gate. It was okay, but the wood we used was just stuff we had found and some really, really old logs that some of the first things we milled, just really crappy logs that just sort of fell apart. So it's been a year, time to replace the gate. And I got a couple holes going here. Thank goodness for that auger. It's not magic, but it definitely, man, it saves the back and reduces the blisters you get on your fingers from the old school. Remember those guys? Post hole digger? Oh, man, remember our ancestors digging post holes like they were some kind of cavemen? It's terrible. We don't use concrete because we live in concrete. This ground is so hard. We've put posts in the ground with nothing but clay around them, and they've been there for a year and haven't budged. So we just mix up a little water, mix up our native soil, and man, it's crazy hard. The other reason we don't use concrete is we probably will move this probably soon, like really soon, in 3 or 4 months. So it's going to be a temporary thing. Oh, you caught me.
Got you post hole digging?
You know, here at Deep Roots Family, we're trying to reestablish some of the old ways. Like when you accidentally push all the dirt back in your hole, you go get a post hole digger and take it back out. And sure, we could back up a 28 horsepower tractor, but it's all the way over there. And that's, nah, we're just gonna do that.
So the reason we're building a new gate is because our Houdini goats can just get out. They have broken, what, 3 or 4 latches now. They've bent the fence, bent the gate, pulled posts out. And don't even get me started on these cows. Seriously. Oh, it's pretty.
Howdy, neighbor.
I do like it.
That look like Wilson Wilson?
Almost.
Well, you know, Tim, the ancient Greeks would have had a word for this. I'm gonna knock you off the hill if you keep walking backwards. What do you think, Ginger? You already scoping it out, trying to figure out how to break through it?
Yeah,
That's the one.
This is the one.
Okay, this one can work combination locks.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
She's a pain.
I don't know how to keep her in.
Oh, man.
So Rachel got her cold, and now Mike is throwing up, and, you know, next day he gets a stuffy nose. Emma starts getting a stuffy nose by a couple days later, and by the weekend, everyone was kind of feeling down and draggy, and, you know, all this nasal congestion and gross. And so as the weekend came and we were all kind of feeling grody, it was also like 100 degrees. And so we decided a trip to the lake was in order. Josiah's parents were visiting. They were leaving the next day. So we needed to just we were just kind of all grumpy and gross. So we figured the lake is a good place to go when you're grumpy and gross.
Okay, so about 2 years ago, well, maybe a year and a half ago, we got this truck. And man, it's been a good truck, but it has some problems, and not least of which is a rattling sound when we're making turns. It actually has gotten worse and worse and worse. Started as a squeak, then turned into a rattle, then went away for a while, now it's a really loud noise. And I think it's this U-joint that is just wobbly and falling apart in here. In fact, I can see a big mess. And I am not a car guy, but I did a little research on YouTube and figured out that it's probably this U-joint. So I got to try to take it apart today and fix it. I bought new parts, and then looking at it now, I might have got the wrong parts. And I have to make a decision about whether to do it today and risk it being sort of out of commission for several days, or put it off even further. But I put it off long enough, and it's time to pull it out. This would be considered a really bad U-joint. How heavy is that going to be? Oh, not too bad. To take apart a U-joint, it is recommended that you have like a half-ton hydraulic press. We have this sledgehammer. So it's the same concept. You just push it out by hitting it 1,000 times. So that's the plan. The kids brought a message from Mom. Hey, how soon can we go to the lake? I said, are we going to the lake? Yeah, we want to go to the lake. So I held up a drive shaft. I said, do you know what this is? No. Well, it's really important. So it's part of the truck, and we're not going to the lake. But I think if we hurry, we can get it done and still have time to get our feet wet, maybe for a few hours.
Let's make good either.
Greg, if you could hold your end a little longer, Gabe, maybe you walk around and...
Can we go into the truck?
No, just help Greg feed that under.
Crawl on the ground, Emma.
Probably laying those bolts already. But
You think so?
It's really old though.
That all in all went pretty well. We took a long time getting the parts to come apart. It's a real old truck. Everything is rusted. It's probably never been replaced before. I'm riding in the bed so I can hear any weird noises. Well, we worked hard this morning and got the truck fixed. Now we're at the lake. This is Hayburn State Park. Beautiful place. It's only about maybe 20 minutes from our house. And if we play our cards right, maybe we'll even get to go out for some pizza tonight.
We are out at the lake today. Our temperatures have been hovering around 98 degrees this week, and we couldn't take it anymore. It's supposed to cool off this next week, so that's good, down in the 80s and even a few days in the 70s, I believe. But today we just had to come to the beach. We got our parks pass. I don't know if we talked about this. Honestly, I don't remember if I did any video back when my parents were here and we came to the beach. But the parks pass for the state park comes with our vehicle registration, and it's only $10 a year per car. So we waited for our vehicle registration, which was this month, and we got our parks pass, and now we can come to the beach anytime. So if we're at the beach. It's a hazy day, but man, is it hot. So we're just trying to cool off. It's much cooler down here than it is up at our property. And I think because I don't want to cook, I think we're gonna end up going out for pizza too. So even in the pizza oven, it's way too hot to have a fire right now, and it's a little bit dangerous even in the pizza oven. So we'll just enjoy our afternoon out here.
One last stop before we get home, and that's picking plums at the city park. This plum tree has lots and lots and lots of little plums on it, and we'll probably pick 100 or so of them with everybody working together. We love picking fruit that's in season, that's in public, because for one, it's free and it's really good, and for two, just a lot of it just goes to waste, just is on the ground, and of course animals eat it and things like that, but it's just a shame that more people don't do it, I think.
So a few days later, Brendan comes down with some digestional issues, shall we say, and basically next day I got that too. But that digestional stuff, I mean, we never threw up, came out the other end, but it was bad. And I don't know if it's related to the first thing or if it was a separate thing, or, you know, we've had some speculation that it's the C word. I don't know, because it seemed like these different things. But I'll tell you, that intestinal thing, it knocked us out. Like for 3 days, both of us were like in bed, no milking, no building, no nothing. And our children took care of everything. So that was amazing. They really stepped up and they did all the chores for us. And literally, I mean, we got up to go to the bathroom and we came back to bed. I don't think I ate in 3 days. I don't think Brendan ate in 3 days. And it's just crazy. So I don't know if it was the C word. Could be, could not be. I've heard of people having these really random symptoms. Who knows? But we are glad to be feeling better. So more content will be coming your way very soon. And we really do appreciate you biding with us during this time that we have not been putting anything up, because we have just been feeling down and out and not really making content either. So thanks for watching, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe. We still have to catch you up on what's going on the cabin, and let's see, we have some big things coming up in the next couple of weeks. We have some people coming to help us, and so we'll be doing some big projects that we didn't think we'd be doing quite yet. So please stay tuned for that, and we really appreciate your support.